Hey guys, welcome back to another Sunday night show. Let's go right into it. Let's go over some trades this week that I expect that hopefully will make us all some money. Really quick, I want to talk about the S&P. It has rallied back to 45.43, a really good spot in my opinion. The tape looks pretty strong. The one thing I want to just quickly point out is I might prepare for another short campaign. I had a short campaign from 4,500. And by short campaigns, I was constantly weaving in and out, but I was biased towards the short side with S&P futures. And then when the market started rallying again, I bought those back and started buying futures. Through the market rally, I bought them in slightly smaller size. I might look to start adding some protective short positions here, even though the tape is very strong, just enough to protect some positions that I can't sell so easily. Just because I don't think we're out of the crisis with the war. There's a bunch of Russian debt that is expected to hit the market and default, as it will be left unpaid, supposedly, and we're going to see the effects that will have down the line. Now, a lot of people might say it's not even that much money, somewhere between 2.2 billion, potentially a little bit higher when you look down further tranches of debt, but we don't know what other banks are using that debt for, or whether they're borrowing against it and have leverage elsewhere. So it could have a potential cataclysmic effect if further Russian debt is defaulted on, which is what usually happens when you default on your first tranche of debt. You might default on further tranches. So we'll see what happens with that. That's why S&P futures and oil trade is still the front trade right now that I'm looking at. Outside of that, the other names I'm really focused on, I'm gonna bring back some old names. AMC, just because it rallied hard from 16, I think the original short squeeze trade is dead, but I'm still watching AMC. It had a pretty nice rally, and we'll see if it can build from here. Tesla, what the fuck, you guys? Tesla rallied hard. It's over 1,000. Watching Tesla. The other two trades, obviously, since we're talking about Tesla, let's just talk about NIO right away. NIO is a big one. It rallied to about 21 after dropping to 14. I picked up some NIO at 14 or $15, I forget exactly, but it rallied really hard. And then now it's below 20. We're going to see which way it goes. A lot of this has to do with the Chinese fears. PDD, that's the other one. PDD had one of the most amazing rallies that I've seen for a Chinese stock. It got beat up really heavily for a while. But last week we saw an intense rally. I mentioned to look at it for an earnings trade. PDD is a trade to still watch based on how strong the rally was last week. So watch PDD. I think that's a huge play for this week. Lastly, Plug looks like it's about to be building for like a longer term long position right now. I'm looking at the chart of Plug. Keep in mind, a market sell-off, the Plug trade is probably going to be dead in a major market sell-off. So watching Plug. And then I already mentioned NIO. Most importantly, TLRY. What the fuck? Amazing run. What the hell I mean? What the hell? Amazing run. And TLRY is a stock that can move on marijuana legislation. So watch marijuana legislation, watch some of these EV names, and obviously watch Russia versus Ukraine. Let's get into earnings. Earnings is a little bit lighter, but the earnings plays that are going to come out are, I think, better for day traders. So Monday, we have XPEV. You know what? I'm going to skip the other name on my list. I'm not even going to mention it. Watch XPEV. This can potentially move like PDD. As it's another Chinese name that has gotten beat up a lot. So watch XPEV. This could have the same type of trade as PDD from the week before, and obviously still watch PDD. On Tuesday, watch Micron MU and Chewy, CHWY, basically another tech play. Dog food being tech. All right. And Lulu is the other trade I'm watching on Tuesday. These are all three really good earnings trades. Watching all of them. Wednesday, we have Paychecks and we have two very low market cap trades that can sometimes move like the Dickens in early earnings season. We have MBOT and TKAT. So watching those two on Wednesday, very low market cap. And on Thursday, we have another low market cap situation with NNDM, Nano Dimension. Kathy Woods bought that when that was very expensive. I think she dumped a chunk of it, so we'll see what happens here. Might pick up some NNDM at these prices. It is an ADR, so you have that ADR risk. Other than that, that's it for me, you guys. Keep the trades simple. Maybe if you had short positions that you had taken off through the rally, maybe add them back in as protection, because the market direction still looks higher, but it's not necessarily the worst time to get your protection on. Mainly because if you guys recall, during the COVID crash, before the actual crash, there was some extreme back and forth with the tape. The market does not seem like it wants to break past 4,800. It's been kind of stagnant at 4,600 on the high side. And for whatever reason, it keeps getting bought up in that 4,170 to 4,200 range, or the other side on the low side that I keep mentioning for the S&P to be watching. Anyway, that's it for me. That's all I have for this week. We're going to keep it short and sweet, and see you all next week. Don't go broke. I just want the money.